All right, Sydney, obviously a little homecoming for you, being from Columbus. Talk a little bit about your game today and how big this win is for the guys.
Yeah, well, this game, I tried to approach it the way I approach every game. You know, that's the thing our coaches preach. And, no game is more important than the last game. So I prepared for this game the same way I prepared for all the other games we played. You know, I had a little bit of extra spice, knowing a lot of the players, knowing a lot of the competition. But I prepared for it. You know, every win is a big win in my book. So that I just treated it like every other game.
You had the big strip right before the half that resulted in a field goal. You guys really got after them causing turnovers today, but they came back. Talk a bit about that last drive and what's going through your mind.
Yeah, well, we went through a little adversity. You know, we turned the ball over a couple times. They started clawing their way back. We knew that they're a good team. They weren't going to just give up on us. So we just stuck to, they always say you fall to the level of your training. So that's what we did. We stuck to it, and then we just fell back on everything that we've been working on throughout camp and just stayed true and made the plays that we had to make.
All right, Devin, obviously game was coming down to that last drive. Talk a little bit about your interception to steal the game.
Well, we gave it a man look, and the number one went inside, so I knew the number two was either going to come out on a flag or out, and he ended up coming out on a flag, so I was underneath, and I was able to jump up and grab it.
The defense really got after them today, 4 interceptions. Talk a little bit about, did you guys really feel like that was going to be a key to the game?
Yeah, turnovers on the road. We came out, got off to a good start. The game kind of came down to the defense was made. Our defense we probably got more confidence now after that one.
Talk a bit about a big road win for your team. Talk a bit about building your confidence heading into Fair State.
Well, like I said, I think we did build some confidence with that down the stretch win, and we're gonna be ready for Fairs.
Man, obviously, game came down to the end, but offensively, you guys really had things moving in the first half. You had 7 catches for 150 yards in that opening half football.
Yeah, we were moving. I mean, we beat ourselves in the second half. We came out. We needed to be more crisp up front. I mean, catch some balls down the field, and I think if we do that, we would have been fine. But, I mean, hey, just got to give it to the defense. They stuck it out the whole way. Bend don't break, and just Devin came over the each play at the end.
Big day for you. You went past the 100 reception mark. Another touchdown. Talk a bit about the offense and the chemistry that you and Bart have.
Yeah, I mean, second year with Bart, I mean, you can't ask for a better quarterback in Division II or Division I for that matter, I think. So, we get along well. We talk what's working, what's not working, and I think just the communication on the sideline really helps. So I think that's been a big thing.
What's going through your mind in the second half? You guys are putting some drives together, but just can't quite get them finished. And then as ODU's driving down, what's going through your mind?
Please, God, defense make a stop. No, I mean, we fumbled the ball down there after a turnover, and we kind of beat ourselves with penalties the whole day, not just the second half of the first half. So just got to keep getting better and just keep fixing the little things and move on to Fairs.
Good. All right, Coach, obviously, big first half. You scored 10 points in the final minute and a half. Take a 17-0 lead into the locker room. Really played well in that second quarter. Third quarter score again. But then their offense really kind of built some momentum.
Yeah, I think, obviously you needed every point you were going to get today. And that flurry we had at the end of the second quarter was huge. We were struggling a little offensively at the get-go, but great 2-minute drill by our quarterback. Went down there and we got a touchdown, did not settle for a field goal. And then Sydney strips the ball out of the guy's hands, and Skip makes a huge field goal. So you're up 17-0, and you kind of felt like the defense was really going to control the game. And you had a 3-score lead, and you felt good about that 3-score lead. And then we went out and had a couple sloppy offensive possessions and gave up the score, but our offense answers back. So you're looking up on the scoreboard there in the third quarter, and you still got a 3-score lead, and then things started to fall apart for us a little bit. We hurt ourselves a lot today. There's a lot of things, self-inflicted things, that put us in a bad spot. We had the one pick, we had 2 personal fouls to put us back. Instead of the ball in the 50, put us back on the 20. Quarterback center exchange gives them the ball on the 17-yard line. Simple things that we can control. And so at the end of the day, you get the win, but a lot of the problems we had after the lead were self-inflicted issues. We got to get cleaned up.
Bart and Matt really seemed to get things going in the first half. They had some really nice chemistry. 7 catches for 150 yards for Matt in the first half. You could tell that they were clicking today.
Yeah, I think that they were struggling a little bit with their field corner position, and Matt was to the field. And they were playing their corner really inside leverage because Matt runs a lot of digs and in-breaking routes. And so we just kind of made an adjustment. Hey, we're going to have to, throw the ball deep. He's inside and off quite a bit. Matt's not going to run by any DB, but he's really good when the ball's in the air, like you said, tracking the ball and coming down with the ball. So it's nice to have that. They were really rolling the coverage up in the boundary, and they're a little bit weaker to the field, and we exploited that, and that was good. We needed every catch you got.
Defensively, really got a lot of pressure on them with the defensive line and blitzing in the first half. In the second half, didn't quite get there as much. Did they change their philosophy offensively?
Well, I think a couple things happened in the second half. I mean, first of all, we lost DJ Hogan really early in the contest, and so we got a little bit thin at the defensive line. And our defensive linemen, they started to wear down a little bit. And obviously, not having had to play that type of game up to this point, probably showed up a little bit on our pass rush. And, I think they did a good job to get a little bit more of the ball was out, and they were throwing some quick stuff and getting it out of their hands. And the biggest difference, in my opinion, was he was dropping back and we were getting pressure. He was scrambling and making some plays. I mean, we couldn't finish. We couldn't finish on him sometimes in the backfield. And consequently, he was scrambling out, and, he, on a scramble play, hit a touchdown, and he was scrambling for runs, scrambling to throw. He's a slippery guy. He's hard to defend. Nothing was really on time. Besides the quick stuff, the three-step stuff, all the five-step stuff, a lot of it was covered in. Nothing was on time. And so that wears your defensive line out, too. You're having to chase that guy, and if plays are extending for 6, 7, 8 seconds, it started to take a little bit of an effect on us.
Talk a little bit about that last drive. They picked up some key third downs, but in the end, the defense came through as McKissick picked off the fourth pass for you guys today.
Yeah, they did a good job picking up a lot of third downs in the second half, especially, had some third and longs. They ran a double move on the 1-3rd and 18 or whatever it was. Sorry. And they got inside of us. We hit the quarterback. But they made some plays. The second to last play we were talking on the headset, they're probably going to take one more shot and then line up for the game-tying field goal. They're going to try to take a shot. And they've been really kind of going to the boundary a lot. And so we kind of showed man and bailed out in zone, and Devin came up with the pick. I mean, we came up with a lot of interceptions on our end of the field. We were stopping the first half. Second half, it was bend, and then at least a couple times, hopefully, we didn't break. We got the picks. We need to get the picks. And so it was good to see we got all those interceptions. We needed every single one of them.
At the end of the day, it's a road win against a very good team that's been in the playoffs 2 of the last 3 years. You still got to feel good.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you get a win, I know, especially against good teams, you take them any way you can take them. So we're sitting here 5-0. We're still at the top of the standings, and we all know in the locker room on the sideline that we could have done a better job, coaches and players, today. So that's great. And we'll get back home. We'll get things cleaned up. You got to get a little bit healed up with some guys. And obviously we're super excited about next Saturday's opponent.